Your name's Aaron? Aaron. Okay. Welcome to School Reach. I'm Tom, your quizmaster for this game between Lisgar and Hillcrest. Now the players can introduce themselves to this match, as we have for Lisgar. And for Hillcrest,
Marcus James.
Hey. We'll play 3 rounds of questions with a minute break in between each round. Now, if the scorekeeper's ready, let's begin round 1 of School Reach. 40 points snap start. Who wrote The Feminine Mystique? Darcy. That's incorrect. Marcus? It was Betty Friedan. Who composed the opera Lohengrin?
Yep.
That's correct. Which Prime Minister established relief camps for single men in an attempt to deal with the problems of unemployment during the Great Depression? Marcus?
Mackenzie Gate.
That's incorrect. Tom?
Bennett.
That's correct. What bill, passed in 1977, declared French the official language of Quebec? Marcus?
Bill 101.
That's correct. Here's a 30-point open question on music. A piece of music marked Mano Sinistra will be played by which hand? Marcus?
The right.
That's incorrect.
The left.
That's correct. If a piece of music was marked Leggiero, how would it be played? Marcus?
Softly.
No.
That's incorrect. The answer I have is lightly and quickly. The Moment Musical was a series of 6 piano pieces composed by whom? That's incorrect.
Beethoven.
It was Schubert. It's a 30-point open question on Karl Auer von Welsbach. For Welsbach? There you go. Name either of the 2 metals Karl Auer von Welsbach was the first to isolate. Marcus?
Aluminum.
That's incorrect. Lisgar? Tom?
Sulfur.
They were neodymium and praseodymium. To which group do both of these elements belong? Tom?
The Earth alkali.
That's incorrect. Marcus?
Lactams.
That's correct. Welsbach was best known for what 1885 invention that increases the illumination given off by a gas jet? It was the Welsbach mantle. Here's a team question. Scramble for 10 points. Finishing, anchor, box, and threaded casing are all types of what? Tom?
Bullets.
That's incorrect.
Cars.
They're all nails. So the remaining questions all deal with nails and are open to both Lisgar and Marcus. Carpenters generally use what kind of hammer to drive nails? Use a claw hammer. A nail has 3 main parts: the body, the point, and the head. Marcus?
Iron.
What is the more technical name given to the body? Tom?
Shaft.
In fact, it's the shank. The most common type of nail is this sharp point that works well in most kinds of wood. That's incorrect.
Box.
It is the diamond point. It's a 40-point open question on the War of 1812. Identify the following people and places associated with the War of 1812. The commander of the American fleet in the victorious Battle of Lake Erie, September 1813. It was Perry. The battle fought a mile below Niagara Falls that checked the American advance in July 1814. Marcus?
Queenston Heights.
That's incorrect. It was the Battle of Lundy's Lane. The last battle of the war fought 15 days after the war. Yes.
Battle of Orleans.
No.
No.
New Orleans. Battle of New Orleans.
That's correct. The song composed by Francis Scott Key after you observed Marcus.
Star Spangled Banner.
That's correct. Here's a 20-point open question on Disney characters. Walt Disney's character Mickey Mouse was created in 1928. The first Mickey Mouse cartoons were done before the arrival of full Technicolor film and were shot in a process called what? Marcus.
Animation.
That's incorrect. They were shot in monochrome. Disney's first full-length cartoon, released in 1937, was shot in 3-aspect Technicolor. What was the film's title? Darcy. That's incorrect.
Snow White and Seven Dwarfs.
That is correct. Here's 80-point sign question on novelists, in which each member of each team, blah, blah, blah. For Lisgar Darcy, the British novelist who wrote the 12 novels that make up the Forsyte saga. The 12 novels that make up the Forsyte saga. It was John Galsworthy. For Tom, the distinguished Canadian novelist who won international recognition with a trilogy, the third of which is called World of Wonders.
Mordecai Richmond.
It's Robertson Davies. For Arun, the sickly French novelist who wrote Remembrances of Things Past. Marcus? It was Marcel Proust. And for Yancey, the American novelist who wrote the tale of the Civil War, The Red Badge of Courage. It was Stephen Crane. For Darcy for 5 points, the French novelist of the 19th century who died before completing his Comédie Humaine. It was Balzac. The former employee of the Toronto Star who won a Nobel Prize in 1954. Hemingway. For Marcus, the Belfast-born novelist who immigrated to Canada and won the Governor-General's Award for Fiction for The Luck of Ginger Coffee. It was Brian Moore. And for Yancey for 5 points, the English novelist who died in 1930, whose writings departed from Victorian morality and class taboos. It was D.H. Lawrence. It's a 30-point open question on quotations. Which philosopher said the following? Man is by nature a political animal. Marcus.
Socrates.
That's incorrect. Dom.
Adam Smith.
It was Aristotle. Man is born free and everywhere he is in chains. Marcus? That's incorrect. Lisgar? It was Rousseau. I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. Tom?
Jefferson.
That's incorrect. It was Voltaire. It's a 40-point snap break to end the round. What is the collective term for the petals of a flower? It is the corolla. In the U.S. Civil War, one side predominantly wore gray. What color did the other? Yes,
Blue.
that's correct. What is the capital city of Benin? Marcus?
Porto Novo.
That's incorrect. It's Lomé. What athlete was known as the Flying Finn? Marcus?
Maddie Niken.
That's incorrect. Yeah, actually it was.
Oh,
I know
yeah,
it is.
now, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yancy?
No.
That's incorrect.
Yeah, Tahoe Nurmi was the original one,
That ski jumper is known as that.
as now, eh? Did he pronounce it right? Did Marcus pronounce it right?
It was close enough to me. That's the end of the round anyhow, with the score being either, well, 50 for Hillcrest, 40 for Lisgar.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
But let's get this flying fin. Did Marcus pronounce it right? If he didn't pronounce it right, no points. Even if he- Yeah, I know it's
It's
been.
an acceptable pronunciation of it.
Yeah. Yeah. If his pronunciation would correspond to the spelling, that's. And what did he say? Nikinen. Okay, we'll accept it. See, look, the Finnish is a really unusual language, and zillion ways of. Perhaps, like you try to watch the Finnish hockey team and name who scored. Okay. 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 So Marcus, yeah, the new ski jumper. I mean, they're going to have to get rid of this question.
Not him, his last.
Probably tired now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
40-point snap start to round 2. Who created Detective Philip Marlowe? It was Raymond Chandler. In hockey, what do the initials PIM stand for? Tom?
Penalty minute.
That's correct. What does the German name Bundesrepublik Deutschland mean when Yancy?
The People's Republic.
That's incorrect. Marcus?
Colorful Republic of Germany.
It means Federal Republic. What are the 2 largest of the Channel Islands? Yancy?
Guernsey and Jersey.
That's correct. Here's a who am I question. I was born in America in 1856.
Austria.
Austria. And studied medicine under J.M. Charcot in 1885. Tom?
Saw.
That's incorrect. Marcus?
Schweitzer.
Also incorrect. In a collaboration with Joseph Brenner, I was the first to use hypnosis in the treatment of hysteria. Tom?
Troy.
That's correct for 30 points. It's a 30-point open question on geography. These questions are on the Strait of Dover. What is the strait called in France? Tom?
La Manche.
That's incorrect.
I think it is, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh no. Oh. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I have the Pas de Calais. In 1875, who became the first person to swim across the strait? It was Matthew Webb. Who was the first man to fly across the strait? It was Louis Blériot. It's a 30-point open question on John Dillinger. In November of 1933, the FBI gave John Dillinger what title or label? Marcus?
Most wanted.
That's incorrect. He was public enemy number 1. Dillinger was shot outside of what theater? Marcus? That's incorrect. It was the Biograph Cinema. And in what city is that theater located? Aaron? That's correct. It's a 40-point open question on 2-letter words. The answers to these questions are all 2-letter words. Who was the name of the sun god in ancient Egyptian? Tom?
Ra.
That's correct. What name denotes both a monk and a sacred tree of the Buddhist religion? It is Bo. In the Bible, Abraham is said to have been born in which city? Darcy. Say that again? That's
Yeah.
correct. What is the German equivalent of the word yes? Marcus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 80-point open question on art.
Reset, please.
Study picture 91-21-16. This religious painting, entitled The Dead Christ with Angel and a Monk, was painted by what Italian master? Marcus.
Raphael.
incorrect. Yancy.
Monticelli.
It was Veronese. Veronese's real name was Paolo Cagliari, and he was called Veronese because he was born in what town? Yancy.
Verona.
That's correct. From the style and quality of the work, can you tell me which century in which it was painted? Marcus.
17.
It's incorrect. Tom.
16.
That's correct. Study picture 91, 21, 17. This painting titled Dance is a masterpiece by what innovator of early 20th century art?
Picasso.
It is Henri Matisse. Matisse's artistic life at the time centered on what city? Marcus.
Paris.
That's correct. Today, this celebrated painting is in what major American museum? Colin.
Smithsonian.
It's incorrect. Marcus?
National Art Gallery.
It is the Museum of Modern Art. Study picture 91, 21, 18. This is a more representative painting executed 2 decades after Matisse's Dance. Who is the Canadian master who painted Red Barn, Petite Rivière? Marcus.
A.Y. Jackson.
That's correct. The style of the barn is an indication of which province the artist is depicting. In what province might I find this red barn? Arun. That's incorrect. Marcus.
Saskatchewan.
Was in Quebec. The 30-point open question on math. These questions on math top Marie are open to any member of either team. What are the next 2 numbers in the following series? 3, 6, 12, 24. Marcus.
48. 96.
That's correct. What is the number of NHL teams in Ontario and Quebec times the number of days in a week plus the number of days in a leap year February? Tom.
44.
That's incorrect.
45.
It is 50. 3 times 7 plus 29. What is 14 times 6? Marcus.
54.
That's correct. It's a 40-point snap break to end the round. John LaRoquette plays... Marcus.
Dan Fielding.
That's correct. Fought in 1746, it was the last battle fought in Britain. What was its name? It was Culloden. Pinochet and Allende were both leaders of what country? Darcy. That's correct. Robert Clive was associated with which Asian country when it was still a British colony? Marcus.
India.
That's correct. And that's the end of the round. And the score is Lisgar 150, Hillcrest 130.
Okay. Okay, Tom.
Is okay?
Yeah.
40-point snap start to round 3. Matthias Rust, a German pilot, came to prominence in 1988 by
Where?
No.
surprise landing in which city?
Moscow.
That's correct. Keep buzzing in. Which European discovered Hawaii? Yes,
Cook.
that's correct. What European capital lies on both banks of the Vistula River? Marcus.
Budapest.
It's incorrect. Tom.
Sofia.
It is Warsaw. The ozone layer lies largely in which layer of the atmosphere above the Earth? Marcus.
Strasbourg.
That's correct. This is a 40-point team question. Scramble for 10 points. What major conflict provided the setting for the TV series MASH? Marcus.
Korean War.
That's correct. The remaining questions are all for Marcus. And they deal with the Korean War. What was and still remains the capital of North Korea?
Pyongyang.
That's correct. Where did the amphibious landing that routed the initial North Korean attack take place?
Incheon.
That's correct. Which renowned American commander was relieved of his duties by President Truman for exceeding the bounds of his authority?
Carter.
correct. It's a 40-point open question on light. Light travels in straight lines. This straight line motion is called Yancy.
Rectilinear propagation of light.
That's correct. Objects that absorb all light that falls on them and allow none to pass through are known as what type of object?
Opaque.
That's correct. A light year is defined as what? Yancy.
Distance light travels in 1 year.
That's correct. The bouncing back of light from an object is called Marcus.
Refraction.
That's
No.
incorrect. Tom.
Reflection.
That's correct. It's a 30-point open question on sports. How well do we know golf terminology? I'll give you a term which is commonly used in golf, and you tell me what it means. What is a bogey? Marcus.
1 over par.
That's correct. A birdie. Yancy.
1 under par.
Yes. What is an eagle? Marcus.
2 under par.
That's correct. It's a 40-point open question on Ottawa, dealing with the Parliament buildings. Name the 2 halls that separate the Tom.
House of Commons and the Senate.
That separate the Commons from the Senate. It is the Confederation Hall and the Hall of Honor. Rising above the buildings is the Peace Tower, built to commemorate the end of the First World War. Within the tower, a memorial chamber was constructed in tribute to the Canadians who had died in wars in which Canada had fought since Confederation. On which floor of the tower is the chamber located? Tom.
3rd.
That's correct. The Peace Tower also contains an observation area and a carillon, which is a series of how many bells? Marcus.
20.
The bells range in weight from 4.5 to 10,160 kilograms. How many of them are there? Tom.
27.
There are 53. The rectangular chamber on the House of Commons is decorated mainly in what traditional color of the British House of Commons? Tom.
Green.
That's correct. Here's a 150 point snap-out to end the game. Durban is the largest city in what? Yancy.
South Africa.
In what province of the Republic of South Africa?
Victoria.
It is in Natal. In what province would you find Fort Beausejour Historic? Marcus.
Brunswick.
That's correct. In the music to Deutschland Lied, the national anthem of West Germany, yes,
I don't know.
was based on a melody by what composer? Tom.
Wagner.
It was Haydn. Which Scottish king freed his country from English rule in 1314 at the Battle of Bannockburn? Darcy. That's correct. In what city is the Golden Gate Bridge located? Marcus.
San Francisco.
That's correct. What is the name of the tower-like elaborate many-storied buildings found in the Orient? Yancy.
Pagoda.
That's correct. In what decade did England elect its first Labour government? Tom.
1929.
No. What decade?
1920s.
That's correct. And gives Marcus a 10-point lead with 5 questions left. What North European city is famous for its canals? Marcus.
Amsterdam.
That's correct. Which country was expelled by the Commonform in June 1948? Have the word expelled from it. Tom.
Albania.
That's incorrect.
South Africa.
It was Yugoslavia. Which family terrorized the villagers of Lucan, Ontario in the 19th century? Yancy.
The Donors.
That's correct. Name 3 of the 4 tournaments which make up tennis's. Yancy.
U.S. Open, Wimbledon, and the French Open.
That's correct. Who was the last Tsar of Russia? Tom.
Nicholas II.
That's correct. And the game ends Lisgar 280, Marcus 250.
Okay, good game. That was entertaining. That's good. Marcus? Okay. See, it's not